Throwback Gang, I'd love to welcome all of you back to the brand new episode of Elden Ring. Link to the previous episode at the top right hand of your screen, where we dealt with the royal capital of Leyndell. Well, the streets of Leyndell, that is, anyway. Today we just finished, in the previous episode actually, we just finished helping this dude do the invasion. I'm just trying to figure out where his room is, because the Volcano Manor is somewhere that I always get lost. But here he is. We helped him in an invasion.
I have the reward from Lady Tanith. Take it. It's yours by right.
Alright, and we get Gelmia's Fury.
Let us tread the path of the recusant together till we reach the miserable death that awaits us.
Okay.
You still
Okay, so we can
You've come
talk.
to understand now, eh? To take power and make it his own, the recusant must hunt his own kind. To raise the flag of revolt against this sanctified pillaging, we recusants must become the most wretched of predators. All you can do is laugh.
Alright, we can continuously learn skills that we need. I'm gonna pick like 2 of them up at the very most, because we don't really need much of them. So yeah, I'm just looking to see which ones we need. I don't know, maybe this one. Yeah, anyway. So we're gonna talk to Haslo.
It's you, is it? I'm terribly sorry. But would you mind giving me some time to myself? I haven't achieved anything at all thus far. Even though I've dirtied my hands time and time again, I'm still yet to achieve anything. Perhaps I am a fool after all. No, it's worse than that. As things stand, I've given up on the path of revenge and sullied the name of my house. What an easy mark I must have been. How did it take me so long to realize, honestly? There's just no end to my foolishness, is there?
Okay, I don't really care about his squabbles with his self-identity,
Perhaps
so
I
yeah.
am a fool after all. No, it's worse than that. As things stand, I've given up on the path of revenge and sullied the name of my house. What an easy mark I must have been.
Alright, so we are gonna try and transport him all the way to Jabag. At this point he's already come to the realization that he sucks, etc, etc. So he's gonna leave the Volcano Manor and relocate to Jabag. So that's what we're gonna be doing right now, and then from then on we shall begin the journey towards what's it called? Towards the king of Leyndell. He's still here, so let's see if he has any other
Just
thing.
as my noble brother says, I'm a complete fool. I can't believe I thought I could become a champion. Perhaps I am a fool after all. No, it's worse than that. What an easy mark.
Alright, so we are gonna leave and we are gonna reset the world state again. Another option of resetting the world state is simply quitting out of the game and loading back in, but since the grace is literally right here, we just re-travel to the grace. He should have left by now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's gone. So he's gone to Jabag, which is where we shall be going to next, to see if we can basically speaking, make sure that he's arrived at Jabag. Talk to the child port, our friend. Yeah, we have a friend who's a child port apparently. This game is weird. Yeah, but simply talk to him and he'll let us know that he is happy to have received a new potentate, which would be Mr. Haslo. Now, from then on, there are some 2 other things that I will be progressing, but we need to defeat the king of Leyndell first before we can progress them, so they'll have to wait until then. But if I can only find where Jabag is, that would be great. I've actually forgotten where Jabag is, I'm not gonna lie. That's the 4 Belfries Tower. don't know where did we leave Jabug? There we go. We finally got there eventually. I mean, it took me a while, but eventually we got there, so that's pretty cool. So what you're gonna be doing is we shall go talk to. I've even forgotten the name of the jar, but the name of the jar doesn't matter. What matters is we're going to talk to that jar. He's gonna tell us about the new potentate, etc., etc. And then they're gonna be attacked, but not for a while. Anyway, so.
Oh, hello again. Say, cuz, have you met Uncle Alexander? He used to live here with us, but then he left to be a champion. I asked to go with him, but he said, the path of champions must be trod alone. So heroic, right? I miss him, though. If you see him, you should ask him to teach you how to fight, cuz. He's big and tough and strong.
Him teach me how to fight.
Uncle
You must not know who I am.
Won't be back again. My home is of the past, and the past, as they say, is a different country. I suppose that's part of being a warrior, isn't it? So,
Yes.
please don't tell anyone, cuz. But I'm actually a warrior jar as well. One day, I'll be just like Uncle Alexander, and I'll have to leave the village to become a champion.
I mean, you have no idea what waits
Uncle
you in the lands
Alexander
between.
won't come back here again.
Not gonna lie.
My home is of the past. I suppose that's
Anyway, that's everything. So we're gonna go reset the world state again. We're gonna have to do this until he talks to us about Mr. Haslow, who's just came here. I think his name is Dialos. Yeah, his name is Dialos. Juno is his older brother that we have to, at some point, kill.
Ah, hello again. Do you know what a poacher is, cuz? They hunt us, smash us, and then take us away. This village is kept secret, so I think we're safe here. But you should be careful if you ever meet one of them, cuz. I hope Uncle Alexander beats them all up first. Those awful poachers.
Okay. So we're gonna reset the world state again. Yeah, I know this wasn't the way I thought that I'd also be starting a new episode, but I promise this episode has a lot of battling. It's gonna be epic because we are heading towards the literal king of Leyndell. So if you're going to attack a king in his own castle, you know,
again,
it's not gonna be easy.
Have you heard?
There we go.
Potentates come to the village. I think he said his name was Dialos. He seems a little down in the dumps, but his hands as smooth as silk. I don't know. I'm a little disappointed, actually. Even though good Sir Dialos has a wonderful suit of armor, he says he isn't a warrior. And since he's a coward, he won't be fighting anymore. His smooth and silky hands feel nice when he pats us. But I wish we had a potentate big and strong like you.
Yeah, you can't get everything you want in life now, can you? Alright, let's go to speak to Dialos and then reset the world state again. Make sure there's no other conversation piece left, and then we can leave. Of course, all these all these crafting materials are always free for you to pick up because the pots in Jabug are very friendly. Unlike the other pots we normally meet everywhere else, for that matter.
Aren't you full of beans? No wonder you're covered in muck. Oh, my friend, it's been far too long. I have to say you caught me at a rather low point. But as you see, I've put all that behind me. Left the Volcano Manor, forging my own path now, making my own choices. Even a fool like me can look after some simple jars. Do you pity me? Well, don't. I feel like for the first time in my life, I'm on the straight and narrow.
Okay, well, you know, as long as you're happy, I guess.
But I can look after some simple jars. Do you pity me? Well, don't. I feel like for the first time in my life, I'm on the straight and narrow.
Well, as long as you're happy, I guess. Anyway, our destiny is not to look after Jazz. Ours is to kill demigods, kill monsters, kill dragons, fight and fight and fight and become the ruler of this entire land. And also create alliances with others. The same way we now have an alliance with the Carrion family, since we are literally engaged to run. And after we kill the king of Leyndell, we shall place a new leader to, what's it called? We shall place a new leader in Limgrave, who will also be, what's it called? Who will also be like loyal to us and our rule and our ruling in this universe. So yeah, we are starting to create the political scene quite early, if I do say so myself. For the lands of Caelid, where all the rot is and where Radan is, we're just gonna convert that into some tourist destination to see what happens when you do not take care of things. Heck, who knows, I might actually even burn this whole planet down. What I decide to do is still up in the air.
Wonderful, dears. So smooth and silky.
Alright. So, dude has been massaged to sleep, apparently. Anyway, probably the next time we do decide to come back here, these guys are going to be dying and all that stuff. So,
a fool, do you pity?
Just as I've said, Elden Ring never has a happy ending for any NPC you help. Anyway, that's besides the point. Let's go to the west capital, Rampant. No, wait. That's not where I want to go. Yeah, here we go. So we're gonna be starting off at this church, and we shall be heading up to the King of Leyndell. So the King of Leyndell is also a demigod, and we've actually fought the King of Leyndell before. We just did not know it. Yeah, I know. Somewhere in the playlist and somewhere in our journey that you guys have been following with me, we've already fought the King of Leyndell twice. Yeah, not even just once before. We fought the King of Leyndell twice, and on fighting him twice, we did not know that he was the King of Leyndell. Imagine that. So we shall realize that he's the King of Leyndell, and it shall be a good realization to know what extent he's been going to, one, hide his identity, and two, fight to protect the order. But at this point, nothing can stand in our way. Anyway, I want to upgrade Tish and Og, because I'm not going to be particularly all the time using what's his face mimicked here. So here is Tish, Black Knife Tish +1. We are gonna take her all the way to the maximum level that we can, and then once we pick up some more Ghost Glove Warts along the way, we are even out of runes apparently, but that's not a big deal. We do have the golden rune items. I'm gonna be removing Oleg. You have served me well, but in reality you've been a big disappointment to me for all this time. I cannot explain how much you've been a big disappointment to me, Oleg. Despite me literally investing everything in you to the point you became maximum level, I'm replacing you with guys who are not even close to being maximum level because of how much you've been a disappointment to me, Oleg. And Oleg is refusing to leave my service for some reason. I'm trying to replace him and he keeps getting his worthless you know what right here. So I've just straight up cut him from the rotation, and we're gonna bring in Tish, and there you go. So we have Black Knife Tish, we have Red Midnight Ogre, and we also have the Mimic here. Now we are not yet done with the summons that we want. There is the Omen Hunter Rolo, the Omen Killer Roller, sorry.
Greetings. Are you here for spirit?
That's another great summon. So Mimic is definitely never getting cut from the rotation. That's never changing. But between Tish, Ogre and Omen Killer Rolo, the competition is gonna be fierce to see which of those three, which two of them are going to form part of my summons rotation that I'm gonna roll with until the end of the game. As you can see, we need a Ghost Glove 8 to proceed with the upgrades for Tish. So Tish is gonna sit there for a while. We're gonna now start upgrading Ogre a bit, and then once we're done with upgrading Ogre, we shall proceed to the next stage, which is, and I know I sound like a broken record at this point, destroying the King of Leyndell. Okay, we need some more gold, man. But you know, it's a good thing that I'm taking care of all my gold right now, because at this point I really don't need it. Plus beating the bosses along the way to the King of Leyndell are gonna basically replenish all the runes that we are using right now. So anyway, Black Knife Tish is a +8, Redmane Ogre is also a +8, so I'm gonna use them interchangeably when I can, of course, and yeah, we shall see how well we can do. Now I'm gonna go to this sister, see if they have, if I brought them enough bell bearings to buy a plus. No, it only goes until a +6. That sucks. I would have loved to take it to a plus. If they had a +7 and an 8, that would have been good, because I'm pretty sure I have a +9 and a +10. I'm pretty certain of that. Anyway, that aside, let's go back to where we were. There we go. And yeah, no wait, here it is. And well, without further ado, let's go kill ourselves a king. Alright, so it's time for us to go kill ourselves a king. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna travel through the this place. So this place is, we're gonna let's pass time to morning. It's no point for me to traverse the capital city during the night time. And so first of all, this is the Roundtable Hold in essence, as you guys can see. So the Roundtable Hold where we just came from, this is also part of it, made in the same stead, essentially speaking. And as you guys can see, this is where we fought the invader, etc, etc. So I'm gonna be I'm gonna be exploring this place with you guys to show you everything that the Roundtable has to offer, you know. Give you again, what's it called? Man, my vocabulary has been becoming more sparse of late. Comparisons. Yeah, I'm gonna give you comparisons to show you that this is what you'd see in the Roundtable Hold over here and over there and everywhere. So I'd never seen this part of the Roundtable Hold before, so I don't know about that. But the one thing we do know is that abductor virgins are weak to lightning. Okay, I need to evade that. Let's replenish our FP. And yeah, as you guys can see, weak to lightning. Now we need to go take care of another abductor virgin. There is another one out here. And where are you? There you are. I'm not sure if it can. Why did my aim just leave me? Oh wow, you can make it inside here. That looked highly unlikely. Oh no. Ha, missed. Alright. Now, with all those abductor virgins done, let's golden vow and let's walk through the garden, see if there is one, any more enemies we can destroy. We get the Stormhawk axe for our troubles, and 2 as well, see what we can get ourselves into, like what trouble we can get ourselves into, that is. So right here we're gonna get the nascent butterflies, and what else can we do for ourselves? Nothing much, to be honest. I will say this, once we are done with the capital, excuse me, and we start moving towards the mountaintops of the giants, I shall be retiring this weapon. I know it sounds weird that I'd retire a weapon that I've used essentially like for the entirety of this playthrough, but I have a good reason for that, and the reason is there is literally a better weapon that can fit how well I have upgraded myself. So like the way I have been leveling up, there is a better weapon that suits me to, like it suits me to a fault, that will give me insane amounts of damage. And at the same time, there is, which by the way, when using that weapon, I shall be using Mimic, so that Mimic can use that weapon. But if I'm being honest, I just want to start using katanas, and not just one katana but 2 katanas, like 1 katana in each hand, essentially speaking, is what I'm trying to say, is what I want to start using. And yeah, so with that in mind, this weapon will have to be retired, but its retirement is still not close, if I can say that. But once we get to the snowy places, the forbidden lands, etc., etc., especially the moment you just see me getting seppuku, which is an ash of war, you are literally gonna see me go back to the Roundtable Hold and upgrade my katanas, and just like that we shall have changed. And the other weapon that suits me to our teeth is the Blasphemous Blade, which we shall also be getting, like the moment we shall be getting the Blasphemous Blade first, and then after we get the Blasphemous Blade we shall be getting the seppuku. And as you guys can see, we are literally in the Roundtable Hold. This is the kitchen of the Roundtable Hold. Gonna be taking out these cooks, and yeah, once you take out these cooks, we shall I'm not so sure. Yeah, we shall be going upstairs. Sorry, we need to head upstairs. So heading upstairs is actually pretty funny because the stairs over here are broken, same as with the actual round table. We shall be climbing up. So you guys remember the dogs that were here in the previous episode, you know, when I was getting absolutely owned by those knights. The dogs are here and they can actually jump to the roof, so you literally just can't ignore them and run. You actually have to take them out. There should be 3 dogs. I'm not sure where the other one is, but I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. If the 3rd dog has decided not to follow me up here, then Yivika, yeah. Anyway, we're gonna jump, and right here you can see a hole in the wall, so we shall enter through this space. And welcome to the Roundtable Hold, ladies and gentlemen. So this room might look familiar. This is where you'd find the blacksmith. As you can see, we get the wet blade, we get the blacksmith's hammer. This is where Rodrika would sit. This is the room where Fia used to be, where she'd give us the hugs. So you know, by my sword. Here we get a hero's rune. If you run down here, this is where the stairs are broken, you know. Of course, going into the Roundtable Hold right now, in the Roundtable Hold it's not broken, but in here the stairs are broken, so you know. This is the table of lost grace. As you guys know, you get a rune up there. Right here, this is where Roger would be. So here we get a smithy stone. Roger would be seated somewhere there. Let's see. if we moved in this direction, this is Sir Gideon Ofnir's room. So this is where Gideon would be. We're gonna pick up this far-calling finger, and then we're gonna destroy Gideon's reading table because he's a dick. And once we leave that place, this is where the two sisters would be, where they'd be selling their wares to us, and this is where the dung eater would be. And as you guys can see, surprise there's a seedbed curse, which again is also tied to the dung eater's questline. Anyway, we shall be moving on this way as well, and the one place we haven't yet gone to is where the two fingers are together with Enya. So this is the room, so we shall be opening it up. There we go. And once we run inside, right here in this room, we get the coded sword, which is a pretty cool faith weapon, I guess, if I can show it to you guys. Where is it? There we go, coded sword. So it's basically like having a lightsaber. Yeah, so that's his special ability of a tiny ass lightsaber, but it's not something that I'm gonna be using, not gonna lie. Anyway, now that we are done with that, it is time for us to finally go kill the king of Leyndell. So we are gonna change from this side of grace. The first thing, order of business, is we shall be destroying a gargoyle that's in our way. We shall be beating up the bubble men, the guys that blow bubbles, and then we shall be making our way up the trees all the way to I wanna say the royal center of where everything to do with kings are, like the king's courtyard, king's court, and etc. So there is literally no way back from here. We have decided we are going to commit mass treason, and committing mass treason is what we shall do. So let's see if there is anything else I want to pick out before we leave. Let's see. So let me sort out my chest first, because I do not want to have overly I don't want to have an overly crowded chest, is what I'm trying to say. I do want to use Eleonora's pole blade at some point. It is a pretty cool weapon, but we're just not gonna be using it right now. But it is a pretty cool weapon, not gonna lie. Anyway, there's our gargoyle that we shall be destroying. So we're gonna put on our charged attack, physic, and etc. Those guys blowing bubbles won't attack us. And hello, big boy, let's do this. So you guys, from watching me fight the valiant gargoyles and getting experience, all gargoyle fights are going to be the same. So you see that, you just evade it. We're gonna wait for him to come to us. We're gonna, oh, what an idiot. Okay, never mind, he's not so much an idiot. Okay, he gets his axe, so roll through, slash. Okay, I did not roll through fast enough. Roll through again, slash. Okay, he's gonna try come towards us. We're gonna roll forward and slash, and we're done. So I fell to those two gargoyles on the way to the deep root depth in Noctella Eternal City so much that I actually had to learn how gargoyles fight. It's insane. Something frustrated me so much that I actually sat down and got a lesson from it, which, if you ask me, that's not the point of video games. The point of video games is to feel unstoppable in the process and just keep plowing through the games. You're not supposed to learn anything from video games. Anyway, now we're gonna be climbing these tree roots on the way to the king's courtyard. The king has no idea what's coming to get him. I mean, he does. He's tried to stop us twice on our journeys, but he was unsuccessful twice, and it's not like the third time is going to be the charm. And if you're gonna do a golden vow, there's going to be a grave duelist over here that we need to take out on our way. And there he is. These guys are insane. You'd think that you meet somebody randomly on the road and it's like, it's going to be like a regular enemy, but this guy can absolutely mess you up. Case in point. And as I said, the moment you see such strong enemies, you know that you are on the right track towards something huge. And yeah, this guy is... oh no. Oh my god, you have got to be kidding me. Man, this guy has so much poise. Like, none of my attacks were breaking his stances. It's insane. Okay. You can see why I am not so keen on continuing with my golden halberd moving forward. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can still use the golden halberd all the way to the end of the game. It's a pretty insanely cool weapon, and it's also pretty insanely strong, by the way. It's just that it doesn't give me enough versatility. I mean, it also has its own unique advantages which other weapons don't have, like the ability to reach far when I'm attacking an enemy, for instance. It's pretty cool. But I mean, change is inevitable, and I think I'm at a point where I'd be happy to switch up my fighting styles, which also is kind of an added challenge because you guys know that we have literally used this weapon from the start of the game. So changing it like when we are 65% through with the game. Oh yeah, we are definitely, we are 65% through the game, like we are on the latter half of the game where we are almost done. So yeah, switching it like 65% when I'm pretty much conversant with every single attack pattern that I can make with this weapon. Changing it halfway is pretty insane, and some might say suicidal, and to you I say you'd be right, but it gives me the added challenge of having the ability to test myself on new weapons. Oh my god. Okay, I've noticed that a jumping heavy actually does do something to him, so that's what we shall be using on him. Oh wow, he actually missed. Alright, so up here, the reason why we are going up here as of yet, well, apart from being on our way to kill the King of Leyndell, but the King of Leyndell obviously isn't up here. He's probably in that building all the way up there. But the reason why we took a short detour right here is because Mr. Goldmask and his very loyal follower are actually up here, as you guys can see.
Continue your reflections, your rhythms. I must be the one to record them. What matters this issue of Radigan, really? The Erd Tree, heart of the Golden Order, lies before our very eyes. Why must these qualms come to you now?
Also, isn't it cool that the Erd Tree is literally right here?
Oh, was that you? Sorry, I hardly noticed. I'm a little shaken since the Master ceased his movements.
Okay. Let's ask about the Noble Goldmask.
Reflections had heightened as we neared the Erd Tree. While still a precise calculus, the rhythms grew increasingly wild until he simply ceased. Now the Master is facing quite the puzzle. The Golden Order is founded on the principle that Marika is the one true god. However, the name of Marika's second husband, King Consort Radigan, also appeared. Who exactly was Radigan? The Master is stumped. His finger has remained still ever since Radigan's name was discovered. Curse my mediocre mind. The Master only has me. And here I fail him.
Alright, so we can study some incantations from him. We're gonna get the Discus of Light. It looks like an alright one. Also, Flame Sling looks alright. Even Catch Flame looks alright. So some pretty alright incantations over here. We shall get Great Heal, which will replace our regular heal. We've also gotten Catch Flame, which will be very important for the weapon that we shall be getting as well in the near future that we want. We also gotten Cure of Poison or Magic Fortification and such. Yeah. So now that we are done shopping, we shall go right here and pick up these Star Fists. You know, they are fist weapons. It's right there in the name. And yeah, so since that prophet friend of ours is going through a midlife, not a midlife, an existential crisis, because Gold Mask has stopped deciphering the information that he was once deciphering. We shall help him solve the riddle of who Radagon was, but looking at the time of my recording, it's nearing 40 minutes, and I do not want to give you guys episodes that are longer than 40, with the exception of a few that might reach an hour, depending on the amount of content we had to do, or like if you are in a very like if you are in a very difficult place in the game that needed extra attention to navigate correctly, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, we destroy this guy because we already fought them, and now we can fight them more comfortably because I already fought the other one that killed me. Anyway, that's a ritual shield talisman, and when we open this door, I want to welcome you guys to a Colosseum. So if you wanted to do a multiplayer fight right now, we'd enter the Colosseum and we'd fight another player one-on-one. So you know, this is a Royal Colosseum. Duels happen here, so against other players. So I will come back and start doing duels, but not now. I want to first finish this playthrough, have all the weapons, and decide on how I want to go do a duel. I like how that rhymed. Anyway, we shall be traveling down, and then we shall go back on the branch, trunk, sorry, and then we shall go fight off. Yeah, let's go kill the king. I mean, on the way to killing the king, we shall figure out the mystery behind Radagon for our prophet friend, to which we shall also go and tell Gold Mask, and then Gold Mask will continue deciphering the information like he was supposed to do. And by the time Gold Mask is deciphering the information like he was supposed to do, we on the other hand will have already left. Well, I'm not sure if we have left the capital city to the sewers, but what I do know is by that point in time we shall have killed the king of Leyndell. Anyway, as you guys can see, this is the attack that I was saying, like I can run and just stab. That's a pretty cool feature of my weapon specifically, which again also has a very insanely long reach. And we get the Guardian Greaves. I'm hoping that they drop one of their spears, because the spears actually have a really cool moveset. None, okay. I mean, I can't complain too much. I mean, I did get that great bubble blower on the first try, so I can't be the one to complain too much because I did not get a spear from all these guardians. But you know, it would be nice if I did. Oh no, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Oh great, Guardian Greaves. Fantastic. It's exactly what I wanted. I just said that I shouldn't complain, and now I'm being all pouty about it. What is wrong with me? Anyway, we are almost at the King's Court, which is fantastic. And at the King's Court is basically like the last step before you make it towards the throne room, where you just know the king at this point is just waiting for us, because there is no way he doesn't know that we are coming. You might have already heard the news of how we were terrorizing the streets of Leyndell on our way, and he's probably heard the news that we've already gotten past his gargoyle defense, etc, etc. Anyway, Right, so there is a piece of item that was here. If we were very keen in the previous episode, we could not get to it from the other side, but this is exactly how you get to it from this side, and it's a smithing stone 6. But anyway, I literally have no other reason to keep postponing entering the king's court, so let's enter the king's court and be that closer to the king. Again, as I said, we've already fought the king of Leyndell twice. We fought him very early in the game, and then once we came to altars we also fought him again, but you wouldn't have known that he was the actual king of Leyndell when you were fighting him. It just felt like a very annoying enemy that just decided that it was going to reappear after you had defeated them the first time, because once you defeat an enemy in this game, you don't really expect them to reappear. For some reason he did a second time, but if you're counting our record against him is literally 2-0. We are 2-0 against him, so yeah. And once we're done with him, it will be 3-0, and hopefully this time it will be a permanent record where he doesn't appear again. So we are looking forward to that. Anyway, do you have something for me? I guess not. Right here we're gonna pick the holy grease because we need it, and now we shall jump back on this root back of the tree. It's a back of the tree, and we shall climb up the back of the tree all the way up, and I shall take this guy out because why are you sleeping on the job? And welcome to the king's court, ladies and gentlemen. We are that much closer to the king. So this is a stake of Marika, so we're gonna be refilling our stuff, and yeah, let's go kill a king. So I'm gonna bring out Mimic. This is Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. He is not the king, if you're wondering, but again, he was the first Elden Lord, but this is not his true form. This is just a ghost form of him. I hear people in the community call him Godfrey because he's also a golden ghost of what Godfrey used to be. I'm trying to Scarlet Rot him, but I'm an idiot. Scarlet Rot really doesn't work on ghostly things, but it still gives you the physical damage, which I mean, I don't mind. This is the first ever Elden Lord. We're gonna golden vow. I think he's close to death, so I'm just gonna do a drive-by attack and we're done. And we get a talisman pouch for our troubles, which is pretty cool. We get a cool 80,000 runes as well, which is pretty cool. And that means we can upgrade ourselves, plus the extra talisman pouch means we can add another equipment talisman. Although I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be looking to get rid of the Crucible Knight armor set as well. Just get a cool medium type armor that is not heavy, that will allow me to carry extra stuff. So if we try to put on, it's still going to be heavy load. You see, this is the kind of thing that I'm trying to avoid at this point. I mean, I could also upgrade my strength, but not strength, I mean endurance, but what's the time to upgrade endurance? I mean, my green bar looks pretty cool and fine where it is at the moment. Anyway, we're gonna use the heroes. No, we're gonna check our stats. We need an extra 20,000 to upgrade. So I think using our heroes rune will be good. So we're just gonna use, let's try use this. Let's see if all 6 will give us the amount we need. Actually on the money. So we're gonna upgrade one more stat and then we shall call it an episode right here. So we shall add, we can't use this because we need like 40 faith, but we are close to it. Essentially, we shall we want to put Grails Raw, but oh yeah, I do not have enough space for it. We need to remove one. We're gonna remove that rock sling ability, and then we're gonna add Grails Raw. So I'm gonna see how much we need to upgrade it. So we're gonna take our Arcane to 17, and yeah, I'm thinking that should allow us the ability to be able to use Grails Raw, to be honest. We need to take our Vigor to 60, and then we're gonna also try upgrade our, and I mean I will upgrade our endurance at some point, but we shall think about it. And we're gonna pop this Runak, activate it, and we're gonna now have the possibilities of a Runak, and yeah, now we're looking even more powerful than ever, which is just so awesome. But yeah, at this point in time, I believe this is all good, so we shall be ending this wonderful episode here, and then in the next episode we shall be killing the King of Leyndell. Now that is absolutely confirmed, I'm not lying. In the next episode, the King of Leyndell will be dead. So stay safe, be kind.